China's Mars lander detects subsurface geometrical shapes in scientific first. China's Zhurong rover was equipped with a ground-penetrating radar system, allowing it to peer beneath Mars' surface. Researchers have announced new results from the scans of Zhurong's landing site in Utopia Planitia, saying they identified irregular polygon wedges located at a depth of about 35 meters all along the robot's journey. What is that? The objects measured from centimeters to tens of meters across. The scientists believe the buried polygons resulted from freeze-thaw cycles on Mars billions of years ago. They could also be volcanic from cooling lava flows. The Zhurong rover landed on Mars May 15, 2021, making China the second country ever to successfully land a rover on Mars. The cute rover, named after the Chinese god of fire, explored its landing site, sent back pictures, including a selfie with its lander, taken by a remote camera, studied the topography on Mars, and conducted measurements with its ground-penetrating radar (GPR) instrument. Zhurong had a primary mission lifetime of 3 Earth months, but it operated successfully for just over 1 Earth year before entering a planned hibernation. However, the rover has not been heard from since May of 2022. Researchers from the Institute of Geology and Geophysics under the Chinese Academy of Sciences, who worked with Zhurong's data, said the GPR provides an important complement to orbital radar explorations from missions such as ESA's Mars Express and China's own Tianwen-1 orbiter. They said in situ GPR, surveying can provide critical local details of shallow structures and composition within approximately 100-meter depth along the rover's traverse. Utopia Planitia is a large plain within Utopia, the largest recognized impact basin on Mars, also in our solar system, with an estimated diameter of 3,300 kilometers. In total, the rover traveled 1,921 meters during its lifetime. The researchers, led by Lei Zhang, wrote in their paper published in Nature magazine that the rover's radar detected 16 polygon wedges within about 1.2 kilometer distance, which suggests a wide distribution of similar terrain under Utopia Planitia. These detected features probably formed 3.7 to 2.9 billion years ago during the late Hesperian, early Amazonian epochs on Mars, possibly with the cessation of an ancient wet environment. The paleo-polygonal terrain, either with or without being eroded, was subsequently buried by later geological processes. Now, while polygon-type terrain has been seen across several areas of Mars from many previous missions, this is the first time there has been indications of buried polygon features. The buried polygon terrain requires a cold environment, the researchers wrote, that might be related to water ice freeze thaw processes in southern Utopia Planitia on early Mars. The possible presence of water and ice required for the freeze-thaw process in the wedges may have come from cryogenic suction-induced moisture migration from an underground aquifer on Mars, snowfall from the air, or vapor diffusion for pore ice deposition, the paper explains. Earlier research from Zhurong's radar data indicated that multiple floods during the same time frame created several layers beneath the surface of Utopia Planitia. While the new paper indicates that most likely possible formation mechanisms would be soil contraction from wet sediments that dried, producing mud cracks, however, contraction from cooling lava could have also produced thermal contraction cracking. Either way, they note that a huge change in Mars climate was responsible for the polygon's formation. The subsurface structure, with the covering materials overlying the buried paleo-polygon terrain, suggests there was a notable paleoclimatic transformation sometime thereafter, the researchers wrote. The contrast above and below about 35-meter depth represented a notable transformation of water activity or thermal conditions in ancient Martian time, implying that there was a climactic upheaval at low to mid latitudes. The article was published by Universe Today, and this is on Science Alert by Nancy Atkinson of Universe Today. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.